Cynthia McKinney, your plans for NAFTA, and if you plan to dissolve it, will you reinstate tariffs with Mexico? Why or why not?
I think I agree with all of my colleagues on this particular question. And so the answer would be, of course, to repeal NAFTA. But it would also mean that we would extend some kind of respect for the human rights of the people of Mexico as well. We would not and should not interfere in their elections. When Mexican people go to the polls and vote, they ought to be allowed to vote, and the election result ought to be a reflection of the will of the Mexican electorate. The United States should not seek to enforce its economic penetration of Mexico through military means, like Plan Mexico. The United States should not try to steal Mexican oil through privatization and their electricity grid. The United States should not support privatization of education in Mexico. And so, of course, we have to defend and stand in solidarity with the rights of the teachers who are fighting privatization, the union leaders who are fighting privatization, and the Mexican people in general who have said that the oil is their patrimony and it does not belong to the United States. We should also help the Mexican people to defend their right to not have to immigrate. And it is these kinds of economic structures that are put in place by people in Washington, D.C. that affect the lives of average, ordinary folks all over the world. Mexicans should not have to leave their families, their homes, their communities in order to come to the United States in order to try and support their families. This is a convolution of what economic policy or international economic policy ought to stand for, and we stand with the people of Mexico who want to stay home, and our policy ought to reflect